Hey y'all, I am back and I feel like I need to start off by saying I have a little bit of news, sort of, but not really, because I wanted to start off by saying like this is going to be a video kind of recapping my summer and what I've kind of been doing the past couple weeks, and then also what's going to be happening in the next couple weeks going forward, because I like to kind of do I've been doing update videos every now and then, and I kind of like doing them, and I don't know if anyone really cares, but here we go. Last weekend, I had a really great weekend because I wanted ever so badly to go see this one concert in Toronto. You're gonna think this is kind of weird if you don't watch any Let's Plays or gaming channels on YouTube, because I've really wanted to go see Ninja Sex Party for like years, because I made a weird challenge to myself about 3 years ago to, I don't even know if I want to say this because it's just so weird. I started watching Game Grumps, and if you don't know what that is, you just have to YouTube Game Grumps and find out, because they're amazing and I love watching video games, playing video games. It's my second hobby opposed to working all the time. That's not a hobby, it's just what I do. Anyways, I made a weird challenge to myself that one day, no, within a 3-year time span, that I would go and see or meet the Game Grumps, which makes no sense because at the time, I don't think they weren't touring at the time. Like now they do shows. Long story short is I wanted to personally make a challenge to myself that in 3 years, which I couldn't tell you why I chose 3 years, but in 3 years that I would meet Danny. But I haven't met him. I just was in the same room as him at the concert. So in 2014, like in the summer, I specifically remember it being summertime. I was working a part-time job at a pet store that I worked at for many years, but it was just like really wanted to meet Danny. I was like, I really need to meet this guy. Like, he's so funny, he's really talented, he's very attractive. But no, I really wanted to meet him. And so when I found out that they were Ninja Sex Party, his band was touring again, and they were doing the national tour, but also including Toronto, which I'm somewhat close to, I was like, yes, I get to go. So my friend and I, we bought tickets and we went to Toronto, and it was amazing, and I was so happy. So I couldn't post a video last weekend. It was actually on Sunday night. So when I try to post videos, I try to do them on Sundays. Which doesn't explain why I didn't post one yesterday. Anyway, I was really excited. I got to see Danny, sort of. I really tried to get the meet and greet tickets. I was on the website at whatever time, 1 p.m. here time. I would have paid for them gladly just to go see meet Danny and the band and TWRP or TWRP. And at the time Aaron was going, but then he wasn't able to go, so anyways, I wanted to meet the band and everything. So I tried getting the tickets online, and when I was on the website, I think every Torontonian just bought them, and I was like there waiting to push the button. I ended up just getting tickets to the concert, which is obviously the next best thing, and it was super amazing and probably the best night of my life in some respect. So yeah, it was super great. That's what I was doing last weekend, and you might be able to see, you probably, if you follow me on Instagram, you would have saw the videos I posted. And then some of the weird pictures I posted. But yeah! I also in the past couple weeks bought a new vehicle. I also put that on Instagram. I think I put almost everything on Instagram, so if you're not following me there, I suggest you do, because sometimes they're updates, sometimes they're just really silly things, and sometimes they're concerts. But I bought a new car because, as some of you may or may not know, I do have back problems. I broke my back twice in 2013, and in doing so, it's sort of, it's hurt my back. So after recovering for the past 3 years or 4 years, every now and then I'll plateau in the fact that I'm not in pain, and then other times I'll be in a lot of pain for months at a time. It also depends on a lot of things, obviously. Like how often I work is definitely a huge hindrance or factor in what kind of back pain I have. even though I'm not lifting heavy objects anymore, I still get, if I'm overworked, and like I can't even work a 40-hour a week anymore, but if I'm overworked and I get up to around 40 hours, my back is just like, nope, you're not standing for that long, or you're not sitting for that long. So I bought a new vehicle because I really, really wanted an SUV, and I really wanted something that was more comfortable than the one I had. I used to have a Ford Fusion, which when I bought it after my car accident, in which I broke my back, it was the most comfortable vehicle to get in and out of wearing my back brace, which I'll go show you. If I can go find it, I'll show you. This is what it looked like. I haven't put this on in like years. Do you like it? Should I wear it all the time? Okay, so this is it, kind of. Just kind of like went on like that. And I wore this for like 4 or 5 months? No, 3 or 4 months of my life. It actually is like super comfortable when I think about it. Whew, we couldn't breathe very well. So this is what I was wearing when I bought my Ford car, because it had the biggest doors and the most like room. I kind of like it. Like it feels like my back is straighter all of a sudden. It also matches my shirt. I asked them to make it pink. Ah, memories. So today is Monday, August 28th. I was supposed to go see one of my urologists, the one in Ottawa, one of the ones in Ottawa, who I haven't seen in about 4 months now. But we were supposed to see each other after 3 months. He canceled, or his office canceled. They canceled again. So this is the second time they've canceled this or rescheduled this appointment. When I had originally scheduled it, it was supposed to be 3 months later from the appointment I was in, so we scheduled it for August 8th. And then August 8th got rescheduled to August 28th, about a little over 2 weeks later. Now it's August 28th, I got a call last Monday saying they had to reschedule that appointment. Then now it's September 13th. So after 2 reschedulings, I was getting pretty bummed. And just, I wanted to cry. I was at work and I had my phone and I saw that there was a voicemail from the Ottawa hospital. I was like telling my boss, I was like, I really hope they don't reschedule my appointment, and like being sort of silly about it because I saw that they had left a message, and then they rescheduled the appointment. I thought they were just calling to remind me of it. Honestly, I was totally hoping that they weren't rescheduling. They kind of don't tell you or give you a choice of when you get to reschedule it for the most part, unless you want to go weeks and weeks and weeks later. So I ended up getting it scheduled during a shift, which happens all the time. So I had to ask them for a really, really early morning appointment so I can go to work. So it ended up being the same day, but like 3 or 4 hours earlier, so that's fine. So that's being September 13th, another 3 weeks away. I was pretty devastated. For those of you who are somewhat new and haven't watched all of my videos yet, or at all, I have an InterStim implant in my right buttock. This is the portable device I use to control it, and it's about half this. It's like about this big, and it's like a little thin disc, but it's electronic. It sits in your right butt, or your butt cheek. The InterStim that is inside the butt cheek is attached to a wire that it goes and sits on your sacral nerves in your pelvis. I've had that now since November, but I had it redone in April. So since I saw my Toronto doctor and then my Ottawa doctor in April, we were just kind of hoping things would kind of go smoothly. So the purpose of the appointment that I was supposed to see my doctor in Ottawa today was to talk about what had changed, what hadn't changed, and hopefully things are going well. If not, we were going to rediscuss bladder augmentation, which I had discussed in a previous video, which kind of bummed me out again. So what I ended up doing was, because I hadn't actually seen the reprogramming people to reprogram my butt cheek, I immediately called the Toronto hospital and said, hey, can I book an appointment? Sorry, I'm swinging this around in a circle. I immediately called the Toronto hospital and asked them if I could book an appointment for reprogramming. I was like, can I book an appointment to see the person who does reprogramming? And she's like, yeah, but we just have a different person now, so, you know, we'll get you booked in with him. And then I said, can I move my appointment with my Toronto doctor that is supposed to be 2 weeks after this appointment on September 6th? Can I move that one to the same day so I don't have to go back twice in a row? And it ended up working out really great because now that I can go next week on September 6th, which is actually a full year since I saw this exact same doctor in Toronto. A full year since I'd seen him. So it's just kind of coincidental. But yeah, so I'm able to see both the reprogramming guy and my doctor in Toronto on the same day. So that's great because it saves me lots of time and money and booking off time off work. So that'll be a week prior to seeing my Ottawa doctor. So it's a little convoluted, but in the end it worked out well. But I was very disappointed that I had to have today's appointment rebooked. Because I was really looking forward to it, and I was talking about it, I was just like so amped up and excited to go like, it's weird. I don't know if anyone feels that way sometimes, but you're going to go see your doctor again. You're just like, yeah, like I can talk about the things I need to talk about. Instead of talking to a camera. No. But I just wanted to talk to him and tell him, I just like when things move along. Like I know that nothing would have happened from today. Like nothing like medically would have happened from today. It just would have given me some peace of mind. It just sucks that I have to keep waiting. But it works out in the end, and I get it. I know things don't always work out the best. I was just disappointed and frustrated for like 10 minutes during my lunch break. But I did what I could to make it work, so I'm glad now that I get to see everyone and hopefully everyone in a good time frame. So that long-winded story is out of the way. That's what's happening in the next couple weeks. But yeah, overall I've had a pretty decent summer. I generally hate summer. As you can tell, I'm a bigger person and I sweat a lot because my body is already just pretty warm. It's already insulated and I sweat too much even at work. Like I have a little desk fan at my job. I hate summer and I always have. There's never been anything good that happens during summer, but I don't always do fun things during the summer because I try to avoid places that would make me overheated and uncomfortable and gross. Like I'm sure lots of people feel that. To me, it's just not my favorite time of year. Like literally the worst time of year for me. So this summer, I actually got air conditioning. I don't know if you can hear it, but I actually got air conditioning installed. I also got to go see my brother and his wife and their new baby in May. I don't know if I think I was actually off of YouTube at that point as well because I had to take a small break to do my vacation. That was exciting because they were in British Columbia, so I got to go fly out there. Yeah, I got to go to Toronto quite a few times, even though they weren't for doctor's appointments. I got to go see a really cool comedian in Toronto, Steve Hostetter. He's really funny. I got to obviously hang out with my best friend. She lives out in Mississauga, and we just did a lot of fun stuff. And I think we went to like a party one time, and then like on my Instagram I also posted some stuff that happened downtown Ottawa, which is something I would have again never have gone to if it was super hot. But I dressed accordingly, and it was in the evening, so it wasn't hot. But I got to go see La Machine. And I think I posted some videos about that in another video. But yeah, that was super fun and like once in a lifetime opportunity to see them. These like French engineers come from France over to North America. It was also Canada 150, so everyone was just celebrating different types of like celebrating Canada's birthday being 150 years old. And I saw Ninja Sex Party, which is something I really wanted to do. And I got my dog to the vet, which is also something I really wanted to do. Priorities, apparently. I got a new car. So overall, like, and I got air conditioning, but overall, like, things have been pretty, like, decent this summer. Like, my quality of life has definitely been improved. Now, I say this with the most respect to anyone who deals in hotter climates and stuff, but I live in southern Ontario. It's not all that hot here. It is in the summer, like it can get pretty warm, but comparatively, it's not hot to like places like Florida or even to Southern California and stuff like that. So, or even at the equator, but it's not all that hot here. However, since having air conditioning installed, I've been a less cranky person. I am comfortable in my skin. I'm able to dress up like the way I want to. I love fall, so like I feel like I can wear sweaters and leggings and like whatever and be comfortable in my house, as opposed to like I can't strip off all my clothes and then take off my skin. Like it's just like I hate the heat. It's so uncomfortable. It's the worst time in my life to be like I just if I'm uncomfortable in the heat, like watch out because no one's having fun. But since having air conditioning and stuff, those are just things like I've wanted to do forever. And, you know, I kind of just did things that I hadn't done in a long time. Like I went to go see my brother in British Columbia. I've always wanted to go to British Columbia. So that was amazing. And so I finally did that. And then I really wanted air conditioning, so I got air conditioning for everyone. And then I really wanted to go see Ninja Sex Party, and I did it. And I really wanted my new car, so I did it. Like, I'm just doing things, and like overall I've been pretty happy. And then comparatively to what's happening with the doctor's stuff, like stuff happens and I get it, and I just I'm thankful that I've been able to do all these things and not be like really, really sick. Like I know a lot of friends, like I have friends who have worse problems than I do, and I'm not complaining, I'm just kind of like giving like a life update. But yeah, I'm glad I've been able to do all these things and be relatively healthy, and then also, you know, have the right doctors who are available at no cost to me, and live in Canada. And so anyways, the more I'm talking, the more I'm getting like really like sappy about my country. It's a great place to be. But yeah, so that's my life right now. I will definitely give an update when I go see my reprogrammer and then my doctor in Toronto. I will ask them if I can record. I don't know if they'll let me, but I'm sure if like there's no harm in asking. So I'll ask and see if I can record the session where I'm doing my reprogramming. Because it's nothing exciting. They just kind of sit in front of you, and then you put your, what do? They give you like a slip like disc like this, like you would normally do your own, but then you put it on where your implant is on your ass, and then they use their own big device, which is like 5 times as big as this one, and then they start to reprogram this bad boy here, so that you can just be like, okay, well I feel it in this general area, in like, you know, your mid-perineum or wherever you feel it, and then they just kind of go from there. Like they don't know what is the best solution. You just have to tell them where you feel it and then hope for the best. Because sometimes, like I've gone for reprogramming since November, probably about 4 or 5 times. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just watch my what is interesting video. I did make a whole video about this whole thing. And then you might have a better idea. Like I drew some stuff. It's very boring and educational, whatever. So yeah, I just wanted to know if you guys even like listening or watching me talk about this sort of stuff that happens in my life. Let me know, and I'll try and do more vlogs about my life and stuff if you want. Otherwise I can just keep making videos about like medical updates and stuff, which I will keep doing. But let me know if there's anything you want to see in particular. I do have a list on my phone, and I try to do at least 1 video a week if I can. So I do have lists on my phone that say that I need to do all these like things of videos. But yeah, that's this video. I hope you enjoyed listening to me rant and rave about my favorite band, apparently. No, but Ninja Sex Party, seriously, it's very cool. Check them out. That's all for this video. If you like this video, like I said, let me know and I'll make more. And also, please subscribe if you haven't. It just like makes me feel so happy when people are interested in what I have to say. Again, thank you for your support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!